I do. I actually
You do?
way too big.
7:01. I feel like the
Call meeting to order. Pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First item on the agenda is to open the bids for the floor in Station 1. We only received one bid. So in essence, we sent it out, it went to 9 people then, right? You had 5 and we sent 4? Oh, this is sealed. It's the bidding letter. I'm not going to read all that. Okay, what am I missing?
What didn't they put in there?
I don't think there's a quote in here. Okay, there it is. All right. I'll read the bit. The Northwest Fire District with a building located at 7911 Kriegel Road, Ballsville, New York, 13027 is looking to receive bids on the purchase and installation of garage flooring at 7911 Kriegel Road, Ballsville, New York, 13027. All bids must be submitted in writing, sealed to the following address: Northwest Fire District, sealed bid, garage flooring, 122 Oswego Street, Ballsville, New York, 13027. Bid due date is June 3rd, 2025, before 5 p.m. The bid packet must be obtained. The bid packet may be obtained by contacting the Secretary of the Fire District via email at, and Megan's email. Submission of electronic bids is not permitted and will be declared void. All bids will be publicly opened and reviewed on June 3rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Northwest Fire District, Station 1 located at 7911 Kriegel Road, Ballsville, New York, 13027. No decisions need to be made on that date. Decision will be made prior to the, it says May 28th, but I believe it's June 20th. It's supposed to be June 28th. Bid must be firm for 180 days. If any person contemplating submitting a bid for the proposal contract is in doubt as to the true meaning of specifications or other issues, he may submit to the Northwest Fire District a written request for interpretation or correction thereof. Requests to be given consideration must be received at least 3 days prior to the bid date. The person submitting the request will be responsible for its prompt delivery. Any interpretation of the proposed document will be made by addendum only, duly issued, and a copy will be mailed or delivered to each person receiving a set of documents no later than 48 hours prior to the bid date. Northwest Fire District will not be responsible for any explanation or interpretation of the proposed documents. Okay, all bids must be submitted with an affirmed non-collusive bidding certification or will not be considered for award. All bids must be submitted with a firm sexual harassment policy and training certification or will not be considered for award. All bids must be submitted with certification regarding the Iran Divestment Act. So we only have the one bid, and it is from Armor Turf LLC, 33 Northridge Drive, Florham Park, New Jersey. And the total bid price is $82,848. Total construction time 4 days. Bid price is firm for 180 days from the date of the bid opening.
Steve, what was that price again?
$82,848.
Thank you.
And it's from Vincent Dorino, I think it is, and he's the managing member of Armored. So we will review this and more than likely make a decision at the workshop.
Is that in the ballpark of what we estimated?
Yes.
That much.
I can't remember. I think it was cheap. I think that's cheaper than what we,
It's the same.
is it the same price? Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was 86 originally. Or maybe that's what we were figuring.
It might have been, I can look it up, I have to.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Minutes of the last meeting, everybody received the minutes?
Yep.
Any questions or corrections?
Move to accept.
Tom? Randy? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Treasurer's report, due to moving the meeting up a week. We don't have the treasurer's report, so that will be read at the workshop on June 24th. Reading of the bills. We have check number 1511 through 1521 for a total of $41,902.15. The lone big ticket item in there was the generator for Station 1.
I'll make a motion to pay checks 1511 through 1521 for a total of $41,902.15.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Steve, gotta roll.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Communications. We got a letter from FASNY. The 153rd Annual Convention of the Firefighters Association of the State of New York will take place at the Hyatt Regency on Long Island from August 7th to the 10th. The convention team has been working for months to make registration as easy as possible. We'll give this to the chief if anybody is interested in that. Is this all the same thing? This is all for the
Yeah,
convention? They got a golf outing and an ad book. I'm assuming that's something usually the department does, the district doesn't do that. So, give that to the chief.
Thank you.
Administration, nothing that I'm aware of. Becky didn't mention anything, so I don't think she had anything. Financial, need to schedule the budget meeting dates every other Tuesday. The dates, tentative dates are 6/17, 7/1, 7/15, 7/29, 8/5, 8/19, 9/2, and 9/16.
in the past, we started in July.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why she's got June 7th.
Yeah, I thought
Maybe
that
she
too,
takes-
honestly.
It's just every date from,
Yeah,
Today.
it's the off Tuesday, right, it's every other Tuesday.
yeah, and I believe we started in July for several years.
I'll reach out to her, we'll double check the June 17th, I don't know, if maybe she has a reason.
No, I put that on there.
Oh, you put it in
Yes,
there?
this is just every date from the time it goes on the agenda.
Oh,
So you
okay,
guys can decide if you wanna start July 1st or the 15th.
I say the 15th.
yeah, because the first is gonna be too
Yeah,
close to the holiday.
That's right. Yeah.
That'll be a pain, okay, so we'll start with July 15th then, and then it's every other Tuesday.
And then when would you like myself to be, usually you do a couple weeks.
Right, I would say let us get through the first week first, and then we'll let you know, you know what I mean, see what, based on some of the things that we're hoping to be able to do next year, it'll be it'll be a tougher sled this year, I'm assuming, so.
You do the same thing for me, Steve, let me know which ones you want.
Yep. Truck maintenance. Chief, before you go, I talked to Penn today.
Yep.
The part's in. Unfortunately, the guy that was working on it called in sick today. No shocker there. He was gonna try and get another guy on it, so I'm thinking we may see it tomorrow.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, Thursday. He
Okay.
said it's a 19-hour job to replace that harness. Must be a pretty extensive harness.
What vehicle is this?
Truck.
Truck.
So 2.5 days then. He's not, if it's 19 hours.
Well, I think that includes taking out four grand, 4,500, 40, it was just under 4,500 hours, 4,400 hours
Okay.
was the estimate. My issue is, because I've seen this a million times in our trucks, was it that wiring harness that was causing
The original.
the original, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know, but
You never know.
the problem is you take something apart to replace a sensor or whatever, you've moved the wires, now all of a sudden it works fine,
Yeah.
and then a week later, and it was the harness all along, but you don't know that, so. So hopefully we get that back. I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was gonna ask you.
Yep.
So, I don't have anything updated on, or, I'm sorry, nothing in truck maintenance other than that.
Okay. I put the packet for the new Quint
Yep.
is in Megan's office
Great.
where the other books are, and in there, they don't give you books anymore, everything's on a jump drive.
Yep.
So the 2 jump drives are in that
Okay.
pouch, it's a red pouch that has stuff in it.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's okay. Building and grounds? Jack?
Yeah, I got quotes for Station 1 HVAC upstairs. Finally, Klein Heating, 19,975. Got Charles at 20,000 and Isaac at 29,650.
Who did you say, 29,600?
Yes.
Klein was the first one,
Yes.
Charles. Are they, similar units, all of a furnace, like we talked about?
Fred came up with something, Fred came up with something a little bit different to try to get it under the 20, but, so, same idea. Air conditioner outside, condensing unit, furnace. It's more like heat pumping than a furnace, I guess. But it works the same.
Is that for all of upstairs?
Everything from the stairwell this way, or all the offices, not the storage rooms. But the furnace will sit in the storage room.
So, okay,
And then they're gonna feed all the offices, all 6 rooms, 5 rooms. 2, 3, 5 rooms.
Why wouldn't we wanna do the whole upstairs?
Why, I don't. It's
The only thing it's not is the storage rooms,
rooms.
like where we put stuff, all the offices are done.
Oh, but
Not the store, not anything outside.
you said nothing that way.
No,
Well, the storage room in the corner,
There's
then,
2 other offices there.
no. All the offices are on this side now. They moved to, that was kind of one of the reasons why.
I
we
know
moved up.
that, but there's still 2 rooms there.
Yeah.
do you know if that's something that's expandable, say we wanted to?
I can ask.
You know where I'm going, in case down the road, if we wanted to, for whatever reason, right now it's a storage room.
Yeah.
2 years from now, it could be a
Right.
A
The only
bunk
thing
room
is
or
he
something.
probably sized it for the
For
square footage.
the square
of
footage.
What you're trying to heat and cool.
Right.
how do you connect them, Jeff? Is it, I know it's not ductwork, but how do you get?
It is ductwork.
It is ductwork.
It is, so they run in new ductwork?
Up in the attic, yes. He has to insulate it. Yes.
Bless you. Bless you.
You only get 2.
Yeah. Okay.
It will be, it's gonna be more, it's gonna be in the 30s if you do other rooms out there.
No, I know, I just,
That's,
asking the question.
And windows will be next on the plate. I got
We
a
certainly
little
don't
bit
wanna do it
going on.
twice.
Windows
Right,
will be next.
that's my thoughts.
Okay.
Jeff, where are we at Station 2 with the officers?
The furniture is being put in now, we're gonna get furniture put in it.
It what?
Furniture is being put in right now.
So it's done?
Close, very close. We use furniture from Station 4 upstairs that they're not using.
You got floor in here, was that just to
Yeah.
talk about the floor
Yeah.
bit? Okay. Anything else?
Yes, the quotes, you're gonna wait until the workshop or?
We had the quotes that were brought up at the workshop, we can act on those tonight. The RTPs from the workshop.
Quotes for the heating.
Oh, for the
upstairs.
heating? Yeah. You've got, I'm assuming you got written quotes or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to take a look at those.
Okay.
And I guess we do need to talk about, I know it's gonna cost more money, but do we wanna put a big enough unit up there? You know what I mean?
Well, if it's 10 more now, if we do it separately
It's gonna be
later, it's
20
gonna
more.
be 20 more, so.
We've been kind
And
of,
the problem is
This project's been going on for 3 years.
we are constantly, it seems like every 6 months, somebody needs another office.
Well, that's what my
And it
fear
might
is.
might be storage now, but in 6 months, we're gonna need an office, and then we're going back to the drawing board.
You know damn well if we do this,
We could duck it, he could duck it and shut them off. I mean, you don't need to cool a storage room, you know what I'm saying? Shut it down, but at least have it done before, but he's probably gonna have to up the furnace size and the
Let's just-
condenser and everything.
make sure we're talking the same room. So Jeff, if you go down in the corner, there's the company's room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then the next room next to it, wasn't that the old line officer's room?
Yes, that's gonna be a storage room.
So that's gonna be a
There's only
storage
2
room.
rooms that not, well, other than the IT, but the IT has a separate air conditioner.
So you're talking literally the difference of 2 rooms. That, and the line officers might be 15 by 15 at the biggest. No, that's not even that.
it
It's
would
gotta
be interesting
yeah,
to know
3
if,
rooms.
if the
Three
line
rooms.
officer.
There's 3 rooms. There's the storage cabinet on the end,
Yeah.
there's the old line officer
Yeah.
room, and then there's the room I'm in next to it.
Yeah, yours should be air conditioned,
Well, we're not worrying about you.
No, it's not. I'm just saying it's not now.
but the new one, with the
No,
new,
it wouldn't
No,
be.
we're not, because he
Well,
doesn't
that-
spend a lot of
No,
time.
we gotta,
yeah, it needs to be air
You might as well
conditioned.
just throw those quotes out then, because.
because you're gonna have to, if you're gonna do the other rooms, you're doing 3 more rooms, so that's gonna make those useless. I mean, like Randy said, you're gonna have to go back and re-quote it, because you're,
You're gonna have to
Talking 3
bid it,
more
you're gonna
rooms.
have to bid it. And I thought you wanted to get away from that.
that too.
Is what
Well,
it is.
I mean-
We needed to know, we needed a ballpark. We didn't have a clue what it was gonna cost,
That
you
was
know what I
like,
mean?
that was one of the reasons is to move everything buddy down this side and then leave that as storage. It was kinda like the thought. I talked to Rick doesn't spend a lot of time, all it is t-shirts.
Right.
He's not in there, he's not working in there.
Just
It
trying
seems
to,
like we do everything for today and not tomorrow.
Wow. We
I'd
do.
just rather get it all done.
Well, you know if we do this, we're gonna need one of them rooms to be an office. If we put the bigger one in, we will never need one of them to be an office. The laws of
I'm
nature.
just trying to, like future stuff, so if you look at it this way, it's never gonna be sleeping quarters up there, right? It's just can't.
You don't have a secondary egress. You
Right,
have
right,
another
so it would
system.
have to involve a major renovation to have sleeping quarters up there. So the only thing, that we're always gonna need storage, so that far corner, they're always gonna need storage. I don't see it needing to be an office. But the one next to it, that would be the go-to room if we needed an office here for you. ever do something on a district level over here, that's the room that's available, it makes sense. And then wherever he's at, isn't that like a little closet looking thing? Or is that the
Oh,
other?
they're about the same size.
Okay.
Jeff, you might just wanna ask Fred that if we add another office, is it gonna change the
Unit, right?
unit?
I can ask him.
Right, because let's say that, you know, so you got a 10 by 15 room, 150 square, right? Let's say he says, no, that unit will handle it, but I don't have any money in there for running the ductwork. Okay, that's fine, we don't need to run the ductwork.
We know we could do it
We
later.
know we can do it.
At least you're not gonna change the
Make sure the
unit.
unit's-
And knowing Fred, he's not
Well,
gonna,
I did tell him to be more on the cooling side than the heat side. Because you're not gonna need the heat. It does get cold up there, like we had a couple weeks that was like below zero. It does get cold up there, but I told him base it more on the cooling. I'd rather have more of the cooling than the heating. So
Yeah.
you're gonna use the cooling more than anything.
I don't know, what air conditioning, would 150 square feet and at a commercial
Depends on how.
job, would
depends on
that
how
make a
it's
huge
it
difference?
depends on how close he is with the tonnage of what's the tonnage of the AC unit?
You know, Tony, you said we would never put bunks up there, but we're putting windows in, so the secondary egress is there.
I get it. But you're always gonna need some sort of storage.
No, I get that, I just hate
Probably a
5 years from now
3 ton.
saying, man.
I'm not disagreeing.
Doesn't really say, it says he's got it in BTUs, 24,000 BTUs. I would have to ask him. But we can wait, we don't have to make a decision tonight, we can wait
Yeah,
till the workshop if you would.
Yeah, let's do that, let's just see if we can get a little more information as far as what's our limitation with that? Could we add another 10 by 15, or 10 by, whatever you said that room is, 15 by 15?
I gotta believe it's 10 by 15.
10 by
somewhere in that
15.
ball. Doesn't that sound right?
Could we add that onto the system? Don't have to, we just wanna know, is that unit
We can
capable
expand it down the road.
right, or is it capable of handling it? Because if it's capable of handling it, then that's not an issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can run the ductwork
Big
on our,
big room.
Totally agree with that, yep.
Front of Station 1, I know last year we set $1,000 aside for the guy to help me haul that over here. We never did it last year, I'd like to know if we can do that again.
what are we trying to do?
The crap
Oh,
out front, yeah. We never did it last year, I never spent the $1,000, so I was wondering if we can set that aside again to the guy that's gonna help me move that stuff.
I don't have a problem with it, because then once we get that graded, we can mow it.
Yes.
What are they moving?
The dirt piles,
Dirt piles?
The grindings.
whatever it is, grindings, is that what it is, grinding?
If we can do $1,000 to get to a certain point, and then if it gets close, then I can just bucket it over with the loader. And then brush hogging will take place here in the next week or so, hopefully.
Same guy doing it?
Yeah, we did it last year. Generator update, they put in the new one. Fred is doing the gas, they did not do the gas work to it. Fred Klein is doing the gas work. Then he has to do pressures, and then they have to come in and set it up, Cummings has to come in and do all the work, and then there's a training on it and all this, so probably gonna be down the station with no generator for a couple weeks. The old one is in the pole barn for now. I'm assuming we gotta declare it first before we can dispose of it.
We can do that right now.
I don't have any numbers, if you need a model number, or you just need a name. I don't have any numbers off it, unless you want it for the workshop.
No,
I've
we're
asked
just gonna
people, I
declare
don't
the
know
old-
if anybody's gonna give you, if you get $100 for it, I guess, somebody might want it for parts, I don't know. It does work, it's just the manifold's cracked on it, so. But I guess if you tell people that up front, they say it does run, It was in service, it's just a bad exhaust
So
manifold.
why don't we declare the generator from Station 1, the old generator from Station 1 surplus,
Okay,
and let's explore
Yeah, how we're gonna dispose of it.
dispose of it. I mean, do we take it
We
to?
could scrap it, too.
Right, that's what I was just gonna say,
Scrap it.
do we just scrap it
scrap it or,
and,
I mean, I was at the metal yard 2 weeks ago, and you wouldn't believe the businesses that pulled in there. Tessie Plastic pulled in with a tractor trailer,
Yeah.
and it was loaded with
oh,
machines.
they bring in, they had old garbage trucks there one day and they're cutting them up with this big scissors, oh yeah. At Weissman's?
Yep,
Yeah, oh yeah,
yep.
I go there all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, if, rather than just,
You can-
it's worth something. We
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
get something
yeah, yeah.
out of scrap.
Yeah,
But then you put it out there, somebody may be willing to say that they can fix the manifold, or they can get another manifold, and
so you would need just a serial number or probably a serial number off it, or model number?
I don't even think we need it to declare it surplus, there's only one generator at Station 1. I mean, it's,
Well, it's up to you, I don't know if you wanna do it.
probably for the records.
Yeah.
You probably should have a serial
get the
number.
serial number off it.
And the name, the actual name, the model name, okay.
Should be enough.
I'll get it to Megan and then she can.
You know, the guy that runs Metallico too,
Yeah,
he lives on Maple Road. And he could probably come over and even look at it and give us an idea what, if we're gonna scrap it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Probably got
bet
some
you
weight to
Nap would probably know what it weighs.
yeah,
You know, an idea, then we would.
yeah. So the only other thing is, I brought up about the floor scrubber at the the workshop, and I don't know if we decided on repairing it.
Well, I think we gotta repair it.
Yeah, it was $2,083.35. The batteries went bad on it because there was a switch, a micro switch went bad, and then it wasn't feeding any water, so.
What was it cost, $2,083?
$3.35.
How old? That's not that old.
Just out of
Barely a
warranty.
year, I think.
I was gonna say, we
Yeah.
It's
just
got the
bought
warranty
it.
meter on it.
Yeah, it was just out of warranty, imagine that.
Of course it is.
But the batteries are like $1,400, the majority of it is the batteries. So I didn't know, not seeing it on the old business, I didn't know.
We can bring it up under the RTPs.
Okay. I believe that's all I got.
$2,083.35,
Yes.
just so I can add it up, so. Okay, any questions for Jeff? Rick, you're up.
Yep, I just have 3 RTPs, Namies for $345 for the additional ladder 3 stickers. Amazon for office supplies is RTP 2421 for $119.47. And the last RTP is 2422 to Jerome's. That Chief McIntyre is gonna talk about because he's changing my quote. My quote was for 1, and I think he's looking for more.
Imagine that.
Moneybags McIntyre.
Yeah, no.
Did you want me to read the quote and tell them about it?
no.
You can talk, or?
No, let me just bring you up to speed on it, would be better. So I had asked Rev to, I needed a meter for my car, my chief's car. I wanted a 4-gas meter, which comes with an LEL sensor, an O2 sensor, carbon monoxide sensor, and a hydrogen sulfide sensor. Long story short, I found out today that the other chief's car's meters that was purchased approximately 5 years ago expired. They were single gas meters that you turn on and it doesn't turn off. That's basically EMS, same deal. You hang the meter off the EMS back. Long story short, I don't want to go that direction. I don't think it's a good direction. So I'd like, and the department does have, and is all trained in all tier 4X, I'm gonna say meters. So I'd like 4 of them, one for each car. They'll be assigned to the vehicle. And the prices, I got a different price. $1,155 each. And that total is $4,620, and then the charger is $375 each for an additional $1,500, which is $6,120. I have 3 quotes. That is the best quote that I have. And again, they'll be assigned to the chief's cars and installed in the chief's cars.
When you say you want 4,
Yep.
is that number 4 including the one that's in his?
Yeah.
So we would take the one out of his and put it in this?
Yeah, the total, basically I'm asking Rab to scrap his, and then the 4 total is including that one.
Okay.
And it's, all 3 RTPs is $6,584.47.
I'm sorry, what was that, 6,500?
$6,584.47. That's my 2 RTPs and his 4 meters and chargers.
And obviously those meters would be coming out of the chief's budget, obviously.
Damn straight.
I was waiting for that, I didn't know.
And I appreciate that, for the record.
I'll make a motion that we pay RTP 24, are you turning that 2422 in for?
I'm just
the
gonna
4
change
of
the
them?
numbers on it, yes.
So, okay. 2416, 2421, 2422 for a total of $66,584.47.
Before we second that,
Okay.
do we want to add the floor scrubber onto that to fix the floor scrubber?
Yeah, we might as well.
So the floor scrubber was $2,083.35, so the grand total would be $8,667.82. $8,667.82.
Thank you.
So I'll change that for a grand total, including the floor scrubber for $2,083.35 for a total of $8,667.82.
I'll second it.
Steve,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, anything else? Rick?
No, sir.
I'm gonna kick myself for asking this, but I saw an email about an ice rescue suit. Is that something that's maybe gonna be coming down the road? We don't need to do that tonight.
Yeah, we don't need to, because it's gonna be a bigger project. I'm gonna
Okay.
obviously, it's a bigger project than just.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't
Yeah,
something
no.
needed right away or something. Okay. Security and computers,
Can
I'm sorry.
do you know the problem we're having with Doyle with?
yeah, pretty
scheduling?
much. Rick kind of informed us
This
that.
freaking fire alarm is like, now they tell me they're coming to Thursday. But they're saying it's a phone company problem, but no one's telling me that. But the thing is, it's alarming, it's going off and alarming. I get a communication problem once in a while at Station 4, but it doesn't go off an alarm. I don't know if they're realizing that.
See, this is my problem. I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you. I have a real problem with advanced IT, and I have a real problem with Doyle. I have a problem with the fact that he's calling Doyle, and, you know, I can understand maybe they couldn't get here today, but tomorrow, right?
Well-
I mean, we can't get access to a firehouse? That's not acceptable.
But the problem is their scheduling. They called me on the 23rd, they're gonna be here the 29th to fix the fire alarm, but no, they were here to fix
Fix
his
the door.
fob system.
Right.
But the guy was here when I saw him.
Yeah.
But they give we get an activity report at the end of what happened at every station that had activity. And it shows on there that I'm calling, it says right on there, what are they doing with the tickets that the call center is entering? Are
Personally,
they
I-
reviewing it?
So the fire alarm system, doesn't Doyle do all of them except Station 3 or something? Is
Yes,
that-
it's,
and who does Station 3?
That's, Davis
Davis
Almer does that.
Okay,
But they're
so-
still the monitoring, it's weird, Doyle's
Right,
still.
Doyle's monitoring it or
but
something?
Yes, but it's, yeah. Haven't had a problem at Station 2, Station 5, 4 once in a great while we'll get it. But every time the notification goes off, I know it's alarming over here. I have to come over. Sometimes I don't even do it. I figure the guys have done enough. Meekins had to do it. I had someone call me today. I showed them how to do it. It's getting annoying. It's been going on since May 1st.
Steve, stuff happens, in Commissioner, stuff happens. The service with Doyle has been awful and has been for a long time. Something's got to change because, the fire alarm's down. We couldn't get into doors the other day.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We'll get to you in 7 days.
Yeah.
When is enough enough?
I'm gonna get, I reached out to the girl at work, because in East, she told me it was Eastern. I'm gonna get our guy's name, and I think I'm gonna put him in touch with you. And let's look at, but first thing we gotta do is we gotta look at what our contract is with Doyle. I don't know if we're under a contract with them.
Didn't we
for a
just
period of
sign with them?
There's gotta be a maintenance contract, because every time they come to work on the system, we don't see a bill, so there's gotta be a maintenance contract that.
The contract doesn't do anything for us because the service is terrible.
Right.
And it has
But that
been.
might be for, I don't know the fire alarm one. The fire alarm one, I don't.
It's probably two separate things.
You need some- Yeah, come around, bud.
Yeah, you're fine,
Okay.
go ahead. Meeting.
Come on around. Thank you. Sorry.
We need
Yeah.
to get rid of Doyle. I mean, I hate to say that, the guy came here, but
Yeah.
it's not cutting it.
Yeah.
We gotta do something different. And to be honest with you, I'm not worried about a contract because they've breached the contract. They're not maintaining the system isn't working.
Even if the guy doesn't want to call me and say, look, try this first before I come out there.
Right.
It would be, tell me that, okay?
And you'd think on the backside, their communication is horrible, because when I always call in, I always tell him to call me so I can come down and talk to him and tell him and I never get a call. I find out he was here 3 days ago. And again, like Jeff's talking about, if the guy comes here and works on the system, if he sees what the problem is, there's no communication on the backside to go, hey, you don't have a phone line connected, you need to get Verizon or Spectrum in here to connect a phone line to the system to get it to, there's no communication on what needs to be done to fix it.
Right, or you should be notified so that you can meet him here, because maybe it's something like, okay, if this happens again, try this first. You might be able to fix it with the push of a button or a.
Right, they're troubleshooting
We
it.
haven't had this problem since they hooked it back into the fire alarm system is when it started happening. Is this here, is where they hooked it back up to the fire alarm. That's when this problem started. So that's why I've been calling them. So, because they did it on the 31st, they were here hooking the fire alarm back into the alarm panel, or the sprinklers back into the alarm panel, and the next day, well, I didn't hear about it till a week later that it was going off, but that's when it started.
Well, and then we have the issue of, as soon as there's a problem,
Right.
it's Verizon's fault, it's Advanced
Advanced
IT's
IT's,
fault.
right.
And we got into that with your computer. And thank you very much for getting Tom, I think it was.
Yeah, Tom Fusion.
Involved, and he was able to verify it's not Verizon's problem, it's Advanced IT's problem. So, and Becky was good enough, I mean, she talks to somebody over there, she knows somebody, so she called for me, and I mean, it was fixed in like an hour after Becky made the phone call.
Right, but initially, when Megan called Advanced IT, they said, oh, it's not our problem.
It's not our problem.
It's Fios, it's Verizon's. Well, it wasn't Fios, it was your firewall was the problem.
Yeah, so I have a problem with Advanced IT too, as well, because it's like, we pay way too much for this type of, for this subpar service, in my opinion. It's, so it's an issue, and we'll, but I'm gonna get somebody from Eastern, and I think we should get somebody from Glad. The only problem is I don't think Glad does fire alarms, but
We can separate them.
Yeah, I mean, you can separate it, but I'm sure Eastern does, I think they do it, I don't know. We'll find out.
They
I'm
probably
gonna
do
find out.
monitoring.
Well, I think David Palmer is getting into the fob system also too. Cause I talked.
Are they really?
Yes, they just started getting into it. Cause I taught, they did the fire alarm at work and he said that they're just started getting into fob systems also.
And I mean, you know, I know what Doyle's gonna say, right? Well, we showed you need that new system, right?
Yeah.
And we gotta spend $40,000 for something that works fine when it works,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And we discovered that the kiosks, they have no answer for the kiosks.
Right, to time together.
Right, to go to the new system. So that doesn't work for us, because we want the kiosk because of other things we're looking to do with the kiosk, so.
All right,
I'm just-
wanted to do where we're just, it's been a headache for this thing.
Yeah, and I apologize, I mean,
It's
it's
not
just,
your fault, but it's just, it gets annoying after a while.
maybe we should have Davis Aldner look at this system. I mean, and see if they can,
Yeah.
see if they got an idea, you know? And listen, we may have an issue with Doyle and Advanced IT, right? It might be, there's something wrong on Doyle's end and there's something wrong in Advanced IT's, and because we got two wrongs, it ain't never gonna work, right? Just seems strange.
Well, we know we have that because Advanced IT has nothing to do with their poor service. Getting to a scheduling,
That's
following
my
up,
biggest
you know, they can't pin that on Advanced IT, so
Right.
to your point, there's problems with both of them.
Both of them. So, okay. We will look into that. Sorry, guys, for all that trouble. Safety, Tom, anything?
No, unless Chief's got something.
No, I don't.
Chief's comments?
Yeah, I just have a few small things. The call for the month, we had a total of 80 calls, 5 building fires, passenger vehicle fire 1, rescue EMS 13, medical assist EMS crew 7, motor vehicle with injury 2, motor vehicle with no injury 4, 1 with extrication, 1 water related rescue or EMS standby, 1 hazardous condition 6, gas leaks 2, carbon monoxide 1, overheated motor 1, service call 3, person in distress or other 1, lockout 2, water problem or other 3, smoke odor removal 6, animal rescue 1, assist police 2, assist invalid 1, cover assignment standby or move up is 3, good intent calls 2, wrong location 1, authorized control burn 1, steam, fog, vapor, dust thought to be smoke 1, false alarms 2, alarm system sounded due to malfunction 1, smoke detector activation, no fire unintentional 2, alarm system activation, no fire unintentional 2, carbon monoxide detector, no CL 1, for a total of 80 calls. Total man hours for those 80 calls is 305.04 man hours. Total number of members, which is a little bit misleading, for those 80 calls, 924 people attended within those 80 calls. Sounds like a lot, but not really. That's the calls for the month. Chief, do you want that report?
I got it.
Okay. All right, okay, as you got notified, the Squad 4 is officially in service and upfitted. We reused everything, didn't have to purchase anything, and we actually think that people are happy. Phenomenal job by Captain Rozier to get it all together, along with the supportive Rick Ravison, his help, so we appreciate that. Engine 21, which is the ALF, we put it in service. Working with Wayne to get that up on Auctions International. He's agreed to help me. He gave me all the stuff I needed. As soon as it's parked in the next couple days, we'll get it on there.
I think Lytics is coming to do the camera next week, I believe.
Okay, on ladder 3?
Yeah.
And removal of that one?
Remove that
Okay,
one and
great.
install it. I think, I want to say the 9th.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure yet.
Right now, the Ford F-550 is outside at the stores. I'm probably gonna just move it down here and lock it up in the pole barn for now. And if you can give me 30 days, then I'll come back to you and say what we're doing is working, then surplus that. I did get a phone call from a person that's gonna be at the Chief Show from a company that sells fire trucks. He wants to come out and give me an appraisal on if I'm selling something. Doesn't cost me anything, so I'm gonna bring him out here and let him look at the ALF and honestly Squad 4 and see if he gives us something more than I think. It might make sense to see if he wants to sell it. I don't know, I'll bring it back to you when I find out, but that's happening this weekend. He said he's gonna come see me at the Chief Show.
You got anything else we can have a look at? I mean, fire sale while we're going?
Well, to be honest with you,
Old generator?
yeah, right. I was talking with Rick the other day a couple times. There's a lot of stuff in stores that I'm gonna go through and basically with Rick go, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. There's probably, Rick, I don't wanna step on your toes, 20 sets of rubber boots. There's probably 20 TFT nozzles.
Yeah, it seems a lot of fittings and stuff that.
So what I want to do is talk to Izzo this weekend from Jerome's and see if those nozzles can be tested, and if there's value to them, great. If they're not, some of them, they're probably 20 plus years old or better. So we're going to hoe out. By all means, before we get rid of anything, you'll know before we do any of that. But
The problem is you always take that stuff and you say,
Yeah.
we're gonna hang on to this,
Yeah.
because you never know.
yeah,
And 10 years later, you're still hanging on to it, and 15 years later, you're still hanging on to
yeah.
it. Some of it becomes obsolete.
To piggyback on that, we have up at Station 5, there's hose that needs to be a decision. I don't know if it was ever surplus to what, there's hose up there. And then eventually there's more generators and pumps up there. I don't know what you wanna do with it. We're gonna have to make a decision.
Let me look at that, because I don't want to get rid of pumps, because what we've been doing for pumping, and it's been interesting, we're not really pumping basements anymore. But what we have done is drop a pump and a hose off and say, here, let us know, or we'll come pick it up. I'm not allocating manpower to do it anymore.
Well, some of these
Don't
are,
have the manpower to do it.
some of these pumps are trash pumps up there too. I don't know.
I don't know, let's just look at it, but
Yeah, but if somebody's got 5 foot of water in their basement, that'll get it down to
Yeah.
I
where.
don't know if any of this stuff runs up there
Yeah.
either.
So-
That's the other thing we have to.
in one that was given to me by Deputy Chief Natoli, I need permission to purchase what we call a 7-inch extension for our bailout kits. I need 50 of them at $39.99 a piece. Again, it gives us a second 7-inch extension or whip off the bailout kit. We didn't think we needed them at the beginning, but getting things in service and guys playing with them, we just need an additional. So I only have one quote. The total cost is $2,013.96. Got the RTP and it'd be coming from the fire store. If you would consider approving that so I can get them in service, that's the only thing I have left here.
50 of them at $39.99?
Yeah, the math is there.
And would
I
you?
don't know what it is, but it's there.
Shipping 1896 for
Oh, okay.
2013.96.
Oh, there is something on, while you're doing that, after July's physical, I gotta send out the fit test to have it service / let me just get the email up. Just make sure I'm giving you the right verbiage. Yeah, fit test. Wayne notified me, there was a quote here attached to this. It needs calibration in PM work on the quantum fit test machine. This will we need to send out after July physicals. Bring this up for approval, and the quote is, it is $1,010 even. That includes shipping. The cost to have it done is $825, and shipping round trip with insurance is $185, or a total of $1,010. Something we have to do.
That was for the fit
That's
test.
budgeted out of the SCBA stuff, maintenance fund.
You said it's gotta be done by when?
I gotta send it out right after the July physical, so,
Usually the beginning of the month, right, Ron?
Yeah, first Monday of the
yeah,
month.
first Monday of
whatever it
the
is.
month.
Well, we don't really have a choice, we gotta have that, so.
It goes out every year at the same time.
What's your pleasure with the 7-inch extensions? You gotta have them, right, the ballot bags?
Legitimately, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we purchase the 57-inch extensions at $39.99 plus shipping for a grand total of $2,013.96. And the fit test, have the fit test machine sent out and calibrated for a grand total of $1,010, right? $1,010?
Yeah, yes, it was, yes.
That includes the shipping and
Yes, sir.
everything, right?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
That's all I have, guys.
Thank God.
That's not terrible. You don't say that when Jeff brings all his stuff up and spends $80,000 on the floor, you don't say thank God. Why is that, Jeff?
I don't know.
Cause we gotta have a clean floor.
Like, yeah, you do, man.
Okay, nomination and resignations of members. Baldwinsville none, Lysander none, new members. Baldwinsville none, Lysander none. Updates, Baldwinsville none, Lysander none. Old business. Any old business? Any new business? Okay. Station usage, Station 1, none, Station 4, none, Station 2, they're having their member picnic on June 21st. By the way, heard some real nice comments about the Memorial Day parade too, so.
Well, thank you, appreciate it.
Department looked good.
Thank you.
Comments from the public?
Just because of who I am. Jeff had a big part to do with that truck, that, whatever that thing was with Rozier and,
No, I don't know what you're talking about, but.
Getting the squad together is.
yeah,
Oh, you did, Jeffrey?
oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you very
We
much.
got all the brackets from.
All right.
All the stuff we had left over.
Thank you
That's why
very
we-
much.
That's why you didn't spend any money on it.
I appreciate all the hard work.
That's why they don't complain when he wants money, because he doesn't always spend money.
Oh, okay. All
It
right.
cost you $5.
Well, next time I'm going to you to get my stuff.
I had to get flag schools.
Anything else coming before the board? Next meeting,
Email Dan.
Tuesday, June 24th for the workshop.
Yeah.
Which time we'll take care of the financial. And the next business meeting is Tuesday, July 8th. Both are here. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Randy? I'll second. Second by Tom. Thank you very much.
7:55.